In this program, I have declared a variable ARR of size 5 and initialize the array with these values 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Let's print the first element and see. The element 1 equals to %d slash n, and I am mentioning ARR 0 here. So let's build it and we run it. The element 1 is 10. So when I mention the index as 0, it takes the first element. Let's change it to 1 and see what happens. When we change it to 1, we get the value as 20. So ARR 1 is 20. Let's print all the values and see. So when we run this program, we see all the values 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Let's change one of these values now. So ARR and in bracket giving the index is how we are accessing the values. So if I just write ARR and I mention 1 here, so which value will get changed? It's not 10, it's 20 will get changed. Let's change it to 5 and let's print all these values again and we'll run it and see. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, that is these values, and then we are changing ARR 1 to 5. So element 1 is still 10, that is ARR 0, and ARR 1 becomes 5 here. So that is how we access elements of array. Now you see the benefit that we have here. I am storing 10 values using just one name. So do you realize how easy it is going to be if I want to use all the values? Let's say I want to find the average of all these values, or I want to just print these values. Instead of writing 5 statements, I can just do it in a loop. Let me take an index variable for it, int I equals to 0. So I have these 5 values and I write a for loop for it. For I equals to 0, I less than 5, and I do I plus plus, and in bracket I'll mention a printf statement. Printf the element I. I'll mention the element I because I want to see the values in the element 1, the element 2, the element 3, or the element %d here, and I will mention here I and ARR of I. So you see what happens here. In the first iteration of the for loop, the value of I is 0. So what gets printed is the element 0 equals to ARR 0. ARR 0 is nothing but 10. So let's run this and see what happens. We build it. It's an error. Okay, we missed a semicolon here. And we run it. So it shows me the element 0 is 10, element 1 is 20, 2 is 30, 3 is 40 and 4 is 50. Let's change it to show us 1, 2, 3, 4 in that way instead of 0, 1, 2. So since the first value is 0, I can either change the for loop here or I can change the value here to show me I plus 1. Let's skip it I plus 1 and let us remove these values here so that we don't get confused. Now if we build this program, let's close that. We'll build this program and we run it and see. We see element 1 is 10, 20, 30, 40, so on. So had we not defined an array, we would have to define individual elements and it would be difficult. It would not be possible for us to use a loop to display all the variables. We would have to do it manually one by one in one statement after another, like we had done just before using the for loop. But instead we have used an array which allows us to use an index, and we are using an index here to tell us to allow us to use any value that we want. Now in the same program, if we want to do the averaging, we can simply do, let's take a variable average, int avg. Let's give it an initial value 0. So to take the average, we have to take the sum of all these numbers and divide it by this value 5. That is the 5 total numbers divided by the number of numbers. So we take avg equals to avg plus arr of I. So in the first case, what happens after the first iteration? We have avg equals to avg, the value is 0 plus arr 0, which is 10, and then 20, 30, 40 and 50. So by the end of the for loop, we have all the values added with each other. So the moment it comes out of the for loop, average is storing the sum of all these numbers. Now we want to take the average, that is avg equals to avg divided by 5. Let's print this value, printf. The average is so what we have done in this loop, we have taken the variable avg and we are equating it with avg, the previous value of avg plus the current value from this array. So the first value is 10, 0 plus 10, 10 gets stored here. In the next iteration, we have avg equals to 10 plus 20. So the sum becomes 30. Next time we have 30 plus 30 here, it becomes 60, and so on it goes on till the loop completes. Let's run this and see. We have the average is 30. So is it really 30? Let's check it. We take calculator. 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50. So 150 divided by 5 gives us 30. So the average is 30. Now had we not taken an array, we would have to write avg equals to 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50, or the individual variable names like arr1, arr2, arr3, arr4 or arr5. Now we can see that arrays are really helpful. Now instead of 5, let's say we have 100 here, 5 is still manageable. Maybe we will be able to write 5 elements, 5 variable names. But when it becomes 100, what do we do? Of course, we won't be able to initialize it with 5 values. So arr 100. Now we want to run the loop 100 times. It's not possible to create 100 variables. How will we write, let's say, int arr1 comma arr2 or 3 and so on? We keep going on. It's not possible for us to write 100 variable names and keep a track of all of them. So that is where arrays come in use. Arrays can be used with functions, arrays can be used with structures, which we will see later. But for now, this is how we use arrays.